Nian Shen na sen 10 times on free the senior national team Blackstars. So ye Ghana your national team goalkeepers coach Daniel Gaspar Eden Sembebre na e dey atuja. Now no yen England boy no uhun say Ghana defend very well. Ghana air block shots. Statistics about any nyina no ye say Ghana yet be block shots ne dodo na air clearance. No ana Blasters ye goalkeepers coach. E dey ababa to just say e kwan ye faso e defend no e attitude e ana Blasters ne show on the field of play. Daniel Gaspar, Blasters goalkeepers coach.
You know, Glenn, I'm so happy that you mentioned that statistic because it's something that's neglected often. And yet it's so important. A block shot is like a goalkeeper making a save. And when we get into crossing and finishing, we do that with defenders. And that's our attitude. No shots, no goals. It's a phrase that I'm constantly using behind the goal and just making sure that they get their bodies in front of the ball, close down the space so that they block it. And we reward and we compliment our defenders in particular. In fact, I have Jerome, who's our central defender. That's his nickname, the blocker, because he does that in training. Those things don't happen in a match without training them.
Daniel Gaspar na dem kakra so tuja no. Na goalkeepers ko Daniel Gaspar sadi atuja say e kwan ya na no Blackstars se fa so esi akan editi a team a friend say England no e kan hu bi ana England team no me frustrated on the field of play. Daniel Gaspar.
Well, I think that was a display of frustration, not only on his behalf, but also the team. The team was frustrated, and we knew every minute that would go by that we didn't concede a goal, their frustration level would rise. And that was evident in terms of their complaining and their frustrations, not only with us as a bench or with our players, but among themselves as well. And there's that bit of luck also. We had a ball that they struck that hit the crossbar, and when that happened, I believe that moment indicated this was our day. This was going to happen. We were going to get rewarded for the sacrifice that these players made.
Yanko Piema o Gideon Mensah so aso ye. Na Gideon Mensah e dey ato Ghana for anim say at the time onu ni see so na o pagya ni mu o si akan a na ne modern so ani no eye Babaraman otimi pick a lot of lessons e dey free Babaraman ho. Gideon Mensah Blasters a defender.
In as much as there's negative part in the national team or like bad days in the national team, there's still some good days. But I remember when we played against Nigeria in Kumasi and I was in Abuja or Lagos, I don't know. I don't remember. These were games that made me realize that Ghanaians really love me, and then Ghanaians really want to see me in the national team. Because I remember I was known in the national team, but I wasn't really there. Because I remember after the game in Kumasi, you go on Twitter and you say, who's that Rasta guy who's playing? And then I'm that's because out of me. So, and these are, like I said, the first game I played in Cape Coast, it was I stand in front of me to play. Even if I'm not going to him to ask questions, I'm smashing I'm watching it, I'm seeing whatever he's doing.
So, Honorable Kofi Adams, Sports Minister, also so etimi Kofi mo Blasters aso e mo camp no den sembebre na no ana dia tuja. Honorable Kofi Adams area to Blasters team ne say Ghana o man ni nyina no eta Blasters bubuko no esusu echi.
You need to hear the fresh voices. Starting from Toronto, our Vice President was there. Otunfuo sent the delegation. He was also in the field to watch as the government chair was also around. The Chief Justice was around. It tells you the whole nation, the whole country is with you. As I always tell you, when you throw your leg, know that the entire 35 million are supporting you, holding the leg. That's the belief you go on to field.
Honorable Kofi Adams, Sports Minister, and then Sam Kakraso, Honorable Samuel Kujeto Ablakwa, Foreign Affairs Minister, so Ekopie Moho, or then Sam Kakra Edituja, and no, Honorable Samuel Kujeto Ablakwa, also so etimi bo Coach Carlos Quiros Abaso Peyi.
Let me also convey my deepest admiration for all of you, the gallant Blackstars who do all the hard work on the field, and of course the officials led by our famous Coach Carlos Quiros, who I have great aim that he is the coach of the Blackstars. We couldn't have asked for any better coach than we are.
Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa na den sem kakra edi tuja na no ana Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa dia tuja say Omampanyi president Edema Ghana no or special package Edema Blastars team no.
The world is watching and everybody is saying that look, you cannot rule out, give the Blackstars their due and give them the respect that they deserve. So we are going to ride on that President Mahama to deliver for you. He's your number one fan and tournament. I want to bring you very warm greetings from His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, who, as you know, is your ardent fan. He interacted with you virtually. He sent the Vice President earlier when you were in Canada, and he has asked us to convey his respect, and he wishes that you know that he is rooting strongly for you. He's your number one fan, and he has a very special package for you when you return to Ghana after this tournament. You can trust
Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, Foreign Affairs Minister na den sem kakra to Janianko PM businessman Ibrahim Mahama so ye na Ibrahim Mahama so ekwasa Blastars ewo omo company no anodi atuja say national team no boys no etimi ayade pay ye na no enti aka hu bi oba be invest ewo the senior national team Blastars. Ibrahim Mahama
impressed me very, very well. Very, very well. And I was holding money back even when I pledged, and I told the minister that look, I won't give you the money till I see any good performance, but now I want to rush home and give him all the money. In 2010, the president and I went to South Africa to watch the match and we robbed. And from then I just said to myself that I won't follow football again. But my son has actually been following football, and he has actually encouraged me to look into football. And I'm very, I thought we were just coming to see players, but I've seen the technical team and I'm very impressed. It looks like you've done a good job. And
clap for me.
And with Jordan here, as a young boy, I saw starting football from my mother's house. I'm so also proud that he's actually grown up to be the captain of the Blackstars, where he would also mentor other young men. Most of the young men, I don't even know their names and their faces. I just hear the names and I can't put their face together. And I've heard the name Semenyo. I say, where's Semenyo from? Where's Semenyo from? And coming to see this team, it just reminds me of Agogo and how they came up and how they made us proud. So listen, you guys, I'm going to follow your journey, and I'm going to also make sure that I invest in you, because not you alone, the technical team, you've done very well. And let's find many more Ghanaians who have untold stories to see how we can. But once again, with the coach, I'm very, very proud because you came in at a shorter time. You've been able to put the boys together, and you wonderful performance. And apart from the government's bonus, I have a special bonus for you. Yeah. I was going to run away, but they've held me hostage, so I can't fly back home, so I'm going to stay and watch you. But I say I have a much better bonus for you than the taxpayers. Yes, so please, they have to go to parliament and say I don't have to go to parliament. So please do us proud, and then you'll be rewarded. Thank you very much.
Ibrahim Mahama na resem kakradi tuja no coach Carlos Queiroz so the government officials simple inform be PM e Blastars camp no so odoma se pay coach Carlos Queiroz.
I try to be brief and to address first of all our gratitude for your support, for being here. And sometimes the word thank you, we use it so many times in so many different circumstances that start to lose the really meaning of saying thank you very much for your support. It is really from...
I know coach Carlos Queiroz na den sem kakra to Jano, captain for the side. Senior national team Jordan Ayew so Edam penyimfo na say some so etimi ba ya on be show mun cry den sem de bread the senior national team Jordan Ayew Blackstars captain.
Good morning, our audience. Thank you guys for this visit. I think we've shown that we're capable of performing at the highest level, and you guys proud, but it's not finished. This is just a starter. So we'll do our best to go as far as we can, but we'll take a game by game.
Blasters captain Jordan Ayew na den sem kakra to Jano. Lai Kingston eso say Blasters senior national team no ewo weapon no betimi dia heti any team no betimi ehom Lai Kingston.
We stress on how we can express ourselves when we have the ball, and we have what it takes to punish any other team. We have the tools that we can do. You see Semenyo is an attacking minded player. Now restricting him to be in the shape and all that. Like I said earlier on, the game plan worked for us. It worked perfectly for us. But now,
Wo enano peso ya kwamano ne na ya the latest ama ya hwafone ya che for live with the show yenkwa enwa Manchester na ba so na amano kasa no wonu say Ivory Coast omo man no omanya qualify because enwa wo game about so acha so omo ne omaya ya for say Curaçao ebo sa game no wonu say ya kwata no pon so arma Chelsea club ya for say be ya wo no enso ya Nicolas Pepe enwa ya Pepe and about 2 goals ni nyina no enso arma Ivory Coast am so Waboswa wini ayesa game and also bass enwa na enamso ma no kasa wo hwe ayesa the table no esitia ensom our Ivory Coast mo group no mo ensom our group E na just Ivory Coast mo no wo mo tosum ye no omunya 6 points awa bro aye Germany man na dikan wo mo som nya 6 and watch no ayare say Ecuador man no wo mo som nya 4 points Manchester original aye game bass enwa wo mo som bani nyina no say Ecuador for no wo mo hwem no ama Germany man no some economy backward your comments woman I can't to atana ansana ayo my I fansa equito woman some I come back I was so much anymore na nina sa player your fansa Leroy Sané able first goal Emma Nelson and Gilo or no and some now restore parity Emma Timino and Sana Gonzalo Plata what some winning Cordiamo Maya your fansa equito and Juma Moises I can said to no managers players ebi I ena Valencia no and just angulo mo bori nyina no na just anwo hye enam so me na ye ka say no wo mo som anya advance and the next stage of the competition and some by update about some 2 matches make one some nyina no German side can say player your friend say Nicolas Pepe no and a man of the match award our Ivory Coast mo and some the game wo mo Curaçao mine e boy no mo and what to play na your friend say Nelson and Gilo no and some man of the match award and some our Chelsea Equator woman some games in the man no and some Juma Pana Diankokabano and some others for the first time a fay and Omaya your father's Ivory Coast man France and your free the group stages our World Cup anymore woman some other anymore not just some time and no more a year drug banum and ya didn't know now woman to mean qualify from call a year the next stage no and yes and we are set for the first time in almost history woman some advanced economy you can say the next stage of the competition and also up the table now latest I'm in second and some others outside table can say Curaçao and Maya almost Yamasono woman friend ya grokra and we game no now you say Curaçao team no woman some Bombay now you say Ivory Coast almost some Yameno woman some Ekoshem Emman Pipe and some across the last time one some one my I found said German a boy same across so and Enra after the game Curacao and some Ivory Coast on moment and so carbon and Daniel Kupansia yet I am telling you now and some want to Abana Enra and Yaresa Ecuador Omutomo one of some Abu coach no you found about Kachichi na Ori or Omunya second con what Diamri Papa Okoya Sana Nabusha for and some our stadium no way a Pajanu cross Robusha and some son was so I just walk over celebrate because amongst our term I tournament today woman who seen our first game a draw I Curacao Amachasanwa Germany dinner no be for some deno and no Anna Ecuador woman some nationals area qualify not just as Sebastian Bekachichi or no any and I want some about said Enra one some Asian joke qualification or branding yet the MI for another play and some our shadows on said na I 26 na Jameson can say Unko Kronimwa Yase Ecuador woman penny I found His Excellency Daniel Nobua or Panisana a holiday na wobi ankwajuma suku emie achesenam aya fofita ewo Kronimo ninyina no for the first time woman some atimi qualify so the call aya the next stage wa Bernardo Peno yede aya update so about to say yeah woman some our run of study too no woman some abaso woman rest interna aye holiday ewo Ecuador Kronimo na Germany maino emsam because for the first time afai and Germany omalusi aye game adiama South American opponent na chese obi enu of South America wonom ashe Germany da our World Cup nemo for the first time enwa womo som aje ena biam so ane say wo the last time akoba say Germany womo som na defeat anaso maino emsam anyuma shedam kwan fam wo mo enom aye sensa womo bo Argentina a game area ya na chese nom aye 2014 final emsa the last time obukipi aye clean sheet aye game against Argentina emsa the omo born na sare nyina no aye den ball eto wo matena mo na chese ha dwempa na Joshua Kimmich ensom akasai mama Joshua Kimmich because omo game no one say Joshua say you want to just difference and our match anymore and some answer now said the opponent no one more ball no more and some time Germany as an opponent them game no more and some time Germany and no Joshua Kimmich kasama one some kwatuka.
Yeah, the atmosphere was amazing. Of course, you could feel that there were many people from Ecuador. The difference was today that the opponent wanted to win more than us, and you could really feel it, especially in the second half. And this is why they won today. Really deserved. Yeah, the atmosphere.
Not just according to a bunch of fans, I Joshua Kimmich on what you pass Ecuador Mano, woman who's a real Sansana, say game, woman up and more, one dimension for an Asamna, one who can a same thing, and I just a player. Your friend Dennis Undav, and Akokaya, because you say Undav, and Sukasa, now Ecuador, a pardon more, Germany, so coach and Swati, and I almost coach and say, I nonsense. Sir, Obajana Babiaka Sabia na Ecuador no woman ya bre and some Germany. No, sir, when you direct EMSA attack and whatever, Dennis Undav, Nemum, Joshua Kimmich, I can say, when to me and Kashe and Faho, woman was about Undav, and so Diana, a home, and a manager Kasa, what about Fusa, Ebiana Ecuador, wanted it mono, nonsense, and I don't know what to me I can, I yes, some of our brand peno, yet Tema ye to for shono suna anteba ko enwa wan say when say started tournament to Turkey emeno wo mabo short more than 60 na arahosam and say afraid no matimi awini bo wo mo say US of 3-2 ema Arda Gulash a man of the match award nyina no wo mo from dada antifie de eye there wo mo some other coffee and Paraguay Australia for no wɔn some about cholesterol yɛ ade ntina yɛ kasa no ɛyɛ gya wokɔ ɛyɛ saa group no ma na kyɛ sɛ Australia foɔ yi wɔn some ɛne Paraguay foɔ no na deɛ me nsa ka no sɛ wɔn some ɛnantim ɛde akɔ anim a ɛno nso ɛyɛ kakra free saa group no mo ɛnso ɛde banana pay no ɛwɔ show no so Juan Sofe wɔn nya 6 ɛma Australia wɔn nya 4 ana afɛ Paraguay no wɔn some ɛnya 4 points ɛna wɔn matches ɛnso ɛbɛto aso no mo baabi ɛyɛ bɔ games ɛnso ɛde aduro no nyinaa no deɛ FIFA ɛka no sɛ wɔn World Cup yi enuru baabi abatana yɛ kasa yi wɔn some asɛtɛ record adɛ a wɔn sɛ ɔma record the highest attendance our FIFA women World Cup history emosansa and as of time na amo ball Ecuador and Germany jano women so far record attendance and ye 3,605,357 and so far matches amo boni no supporters no some aba stadium at chow say women kikane ko be 4 million ewa brene no women some ya record ya the update and the akano and some no put our show no sooner and openo my men front to one himself who call a year Real Madrid Thomas Waya Jamina no person see Jose Marino Bawapano answer them by Slibi Atrasam amu form any ate and I'm community across to say we and I will say will lead a year Madrid almost some no project no but Jamina Sankar Sasiana one was so much as still on Bema yes for the same Mbappe or no the face of a year Real Madrid almost some no project no and Mbappe and a German Kanasa Wabenta cornerstone Adiama Aya Madrid Omuchumedia Wamusum Abedina Saraji Kamame Aya Jose on Aya Jumedia and also across a World Cup on Madrid Omu players no Anna Omubusa Aya Josesa na Omu players no World Cup no Anyabia Wutimi Shawomo Anna Josesa Nakuma Swadia Bako Pawonka Unia Sekano so one of the Nakuma Swadia Panose Madrid a player some World Cup no no one be lose omo matches said beya one betimi akọ aye vacation and I say one some enjoy omo holidays in them because omo bokọ ani mu aba ha dwunto no the bomb pa say Madrid players no one be film said beya ntempa one betimi akọ vacation afei one nya hodem na dia ba start aye sense no yentie coach Jose.
I know you was talking about the knockout stages, but what are you looking most forward to at the World Cup this year?
You want the truth?
I always want the truth, Jose, always.
I want Real Madrid players to lose and go on holidays. Because I want the guys back to pre-season.
I get it. I know you was talking about the knockout stages, but what are you looking most forward to?
Jose Marino and our tenant canano pair. Yade am tenant ya canning and some like Bantono, the Sabe and any players. One will call vacation on my bantamania who didn't to a bumper. Say, I'm lose one matches. I know I can't free coach as well. On some command crown, none can you cross from Montesca say I am Real Madrid. Many channels some letter to just bi adana kika kono enya hodo obeka kakra bat wobusano sa yase o players no emsa deba ko aduro munya pa eye ego na shodo akmame Jose on ego na ego asoma yedi no ana Jose so wono wodi kan bia ama nipa bi eri atuja se ai yase Jose ba wo be dia we player na wo waswa wo men Jose dia on twema wo ene chese sabio obetwa wutikura ene afuru so was say what Queen can be what to be so sana man for enya no kreda so no bay na obe pamuwe dabi wo so nya players ni nyina na wo your coach na wo nya best players and no a headache because who the amane mo and who the amane start here enya no kra say na wo do be beto tan kruwam na bia se wo bi ewo ego obi ye dandan enya no kreda yentie Jose
coach can have.
You've managed so many big personalities, the Cristiano Ronaldos, the Drogbas, Terry, Ozil, Ibrahimovic. What's the secret of managing elite players and personalities? What's the secret to it?
I think it's the best problem that the coach can have.
Okay.
To have the best guys.
Right.
The best players is the best problem that a coach can can have. We shouldn't be speaking about Real Madrid, but I can just touch in a little point. I read a few things where people were saying Jose Mourinho is coming here and is going to cut some of the top players that supposedly they had some problems during the season. No.
Right.
No, I want these players.
Right.
I want these players. I want the best players. Now I have to find a way to have a team and not to have problems like eventually, I don't know, I'm just reading, that they had in previous
Right.
seasons. But the best players are the players that you want. If you have problems with not very good players, that is a big problem.
It makes sense.
That is a big problem.
Makes sense.
But the big
Coach
players,
opening there, fans, Jose Mourinho, now Tessa, you're telling some no man, no pay, and some our sports bite, Edumediano, Sona, Ebiano, woman can say Barcelona, Corana, fans, Rafinha, and some summer bine, and some no crano, and started about 2 weeks and year, and somewhere about last two consoles, some Bama this week, you know, and somebody the King can be an emissary at there. Be more reporters, Rafinha called bankrupt. Nam said, I better know Rafinha, I call bankrupt at there. We'll be crying to me. Can wakas na wife no obano na wama chesanu kunu akọ bankrupt there wama so obano to tonioma ne boarden bags and ne boarden tade ne boarden tea wama no kunu akọ bankrupt anya no kra jeminya no pere dia enwa na chese eba no nyina no se nanu ya esabe to dia so obano esem ono no kunu akọ agoto aya mansion na mansion tesa palace ewa bra kasia pa na emso unu aye ready say we so omotona we mo sign ni o ma na o mo exchange a document and o mo say emsa account na o mo use careful mu no emsa kwatere kwa ada say Rafinha papa according to report free aye Brazil some about say Rafinha no one papa say boy image right 80% Ekoba pano ho na 20% abo no Rafinha ho on some ball no mo bonintino wo mo hye nya time enko cheke eye san no man sabio account no ekosa ni ade because anam obobo wi a ade che wo recovery time nim aya wo ba fia ba rest on enko dan no mo pie kakra ko kan ya jam nai jami nya no sa amsa why ni definitely enti omo ba so mo chese papa no mom enam san wo ma kwada no som ansa yes from Anches and Openo yare update no nkomo nyina no ensom ante eba me no kasai Man City any player your first Elliot Anderson woman wie na omo not turn for us or kan as of ayena no manya agree 106 million pounds and about the same and I will say woman count bonuses and the aka enti omo which agreement say no add-ons and no future percentage and some our resale and internal 116 million pounds and a Man City when we try to the Adiama Ayabokua Yafan San Nottingham Community Aquadano Ebe Medical and then our shoes Amontenso answer England Embassy and some our chest in New York and a Dominion side Timono Wambama Aya Elliot Anderson Aya Medical Nafe one some assign contract you know Adiama Bobo Kwefan San Man City and on some I update about Shadra Grammy Aquatana Yefan Marco Palestra Chance Buano Matono F3 Atalanta and Enwa and a drum or connected from airport and somebody about London video neba Wobos Aquatanum Amokwana Chasoma Sheche ever so much disguise Aquanu just Marco Palestra one and all airport I walk connected and somebody about London internal peno Nemari Canada was so be Aquano Sobaya now for announcement Sobaba and somebody so Adiaba Brano I free almost temper. Now Arsenal, I club about Quasa say, woman some anya prepa. When say I could not fan son. Morgan Rogers said you know and what you sorry be say Arsenal Epeprosonia Cotena your fans are Bruno Guimaraes Esansa Juma and your Bruno Elbow World Cup no more assist Amakuma Kumi and Sana so far and your Bruno Guimaraes and so enya na Arsenal and ya Premino Kasai Sam and ya de Ketuamose Wababa attack and ya Kotana move no Salabea Wamu some other boy in Ebaba now the Guinness perform say Wamu players to draw me opportunity and some World Cup no so we calculation sika and your FIFA etria and a FIFA club benefit program na players no woman na sika de bia Arsenal enya $75,000 and a daily Arsenal woman some enya FIFA and some and no update and also alba now to the most Bobo Kono woman ya brecha club bia seri na woman some other some make signings no mebeka Sandro Tonali ayobia Spurs other some general now Tonali and common say woman be so much omo mano £275,000 a week and non I amount to player your friends said Tonali abatia woman chance move ababaso anchabiano metesa clubs and some other now also Tottenham Hotspur on this no the Lewis family now Lewis family no woman can pump already 100 million and some other team no more no case and no pay no another £100 million I amount to woman so say when I working capital woman some asali share a team no musala woman some about a team no hobra na san into ebiem woman say Omar Mamouche our born ball and some other mansiri no woman pe ayesa boy no amena so anibra baye pa Mamouche amoba so amada ba aye Tottenham Hotspur Manchester our Felix and Melcha who could Germany team no body akwani Bobby pa man fanu ni abre amena no kasa when your first timer woman link about this time there woman some amoba can I say a player? Your father said Felix and Mencha. Woman when you're buying some Adana Babo Kua. Your father said no United and now
Blackstars of Ghana and Penny Foko Kosramo from the ministry and NFL Bemo and Penny for Answer to Kosramo. Now Omudrama Campano, Omujamo Faso, and Momo Aquaba. Na Enna Yenya Pena. Your friend Samuel Kuja to Ablaka. One on and Foreign Affairs Minister. One on Answer to Mikobi and Rachi Yenya Pena. Nidi Anson and the Kofi Adamsa. One on Nesene Sports Minister Okobi and business and manner Nidi and Ibrahim Mama on some Etmikobi and my bias Etmiko Kamena introduction our company Ora Nidi Cat Edwin SimonOkraku and a Dikaya introduction or not me patoma me cat they are not Yeni Komakakra not cat Yeni the attention cat Eddie Kai Ebo Eddie Kakache places on the what in the voice at tia chairman penifone now Kabanso says the Edian penifona Casa Ewa Yentia Samaket Edwin Simonokraku Edituja.
So I don't have to talk too much. I would respectfully invite my sector minister. It was just unbelievable. So we are happy to receive our guests, and I'm sure that you've heard my voice so many times, so I don't have to talk too much. I would respectfully invite my sector minister to say a few words, and then the baton will be changed thereafter. Thank you.
Wapanyani di answer the cat Edwin Simonokraku. One on answer to me, I don't send PM here for Nanumono. And I invite Honorable Sports Minister Kofi Idi Adams, Honorable, and some Etimane Boy, and also the Komakakra was saying a gun of Wenina Tamoti will be a Tamotisa Sumro. Now, the person who's Etimakan against Croatia. I'm Ghana Munimundi, Nampomon Twin Rum, Sanaba, and bet me every game no Ediama Ghana for.
The delegation, so you need to hear the fresh voices. Starting from Toronto, our vice president was there. Otumfuo sent the delegation. He was also in the field to watch as the government chair was also around. The Chief Justice was around. It tells you the whole nation, the whole country is with you. As I always tell you, when you throw your leg, know that the entire 35 million are supporting you, holding the leg. That's the belief you go onto the field. As we watch you play on the 23rd, I was seated with the ambassador and our big brother. And so you you have in our midst today people who think about our goodness and our development. Of course, like the president said, he's one of the key supporters.
For our introduction, we are now and a foreign affairs minister, Samuel Okujato Ablako Honorable. What on Answati na the chanesa what the campo aya Ghana for Abaso players no what Boma Basu Sampo the chanesa against England. What on Answati England for Choma from Song Emmanuel Kwos England Pondit Nankasa Crown say referee no Erobo aya Ghana for and into the opposite Okanyans against Croatia. Woman Kokode na Amusu Entim Emini.
We know that as you prepare for Croatia, you are going to make us even prouder, and you are going to defeat Croatia. If England no see top, then what's going to happen to Croatia? So I know the Croatians are trembling, and we are going to really defeat them and go to the next round of 32. This is a team that many were not too sure about your capacity, but now the world is watching and everybody is saying that look, you cannot rule out the Blackstars, and you better give
the first minister Honorable Samuel Okujato Ablako and the sound come in us etim ba join your Facebook no so and you want to be 101.3 FM on Facebook and on for YouTube and I want to be TV live and what join here now so to enjoy show ni bi na bians at your camera na enwachi ana Ghana businessman Ibrahim Mama ono so etim kokopie mo aso eto djumadi na no kopie mo djumadi na no dia chance panyi edi komo bebre ne first and komo answer ne so say o follow aya team no journey na almost anamu no na ohwe ni muso ba invest anso atiwom na bibia so atimi akokama yentie sma anso odi tuja
look into football, and I'm I thought we're just coming to see players, but I've seen the technical team and I'm very impressed. It looks like you've done a good job. And
clap for me.
And with Jordan here, as a young boy, I saw starting football from my mother's house. I'm so also proud that he's actually grown up to be the captain of the Blackstars, where he would also mentor other young men. Most of the young men, I don't even know their names and their faces. I just hear the names and I can't put their face together. And I've heard the name Semenyo. I say, where's Semenyo from? Where's Semenyo from? And coming to see this team, it just reminds me of Agogo and how they came up and how they made us proud. So listen, you guys, I'm going to follow your journey and
what ana business entrepreneur ana person businessman the Ibrahim Mama Esajina Simpio so I promise the Blackstars of Ghana say nay akwa mo koi so mo yira mo kokodia one of special bonus anso atimi mamo na special bonus no we no enya fe na be ko parliament am yakọ tusun to dabi if bottom about direct yentie no
I was going to run away, but they've held me hostage, so I can't fly back home, so I'm going to stay and watch you. But I say I have a much better bonus for you than the taxpayers. Yes, so please, they have to go to parliament and say I don't